Welcome back to the Jesse Rucinski show. That's 2 for 2 today. Where I pushed the button and it actually did that little thing, but it actually went straight through, so I didn't have to try a bunch of times, which is probably why I seem like I'm in a chipper mood because it has been pissing me off for 20 minutes. But gonna do a little something different today. Figured I'd talk about everyone's weekend. Yeah. Halloween, what it meant to me and a lot of people. We could also get in some, a small hint for what's coming the rest of the week. But I want to start it out by saying, if you're going to be teenagers and miserable, I'm still miserable and I'm well beyond my teenage years. If you're going to go, when someone goes inside and you see them go inside, and they're inside for like 3-4 minutes, and you're going to steal all the candy off the porch. Again, pretty please not be a total tool and don't steal the giant glass mixing bowl, which I'm still trying to figure out why that was used, but big bowl held all the stuff. Why steal it and throw it 2 yards down? Like, you could have just took all the stuff and walked away. You didn't have to take the thing, so I had to go looking around for my damn mixing bowl. Because I don't know. I mean, if you're afraid that someone's going to catch you doing it, don't do it. Huh? And if you do it, leave my damn mixing bowl out of it. Public service announcement. Don't steal my damn mixing bowl. The thing, if you threw it in the yard and it broke, then I wouldn't have a mixing bowl. That person would have to clean up their lawn. They have a dog. All kinds of bad things could happen because you're dumb and couldn't just go and run. They managed to get all the M&M's packets out of the box. The moral, if you're going to steal everyone's candy, leave the damn bowl. Because that could be a very expensive thing for the person you stole it from. And slight hostility. But hopefully everyone, regardless of that, had a very, very good Halloween. I saw lots of people out. I know lots of people that personally that were out trick-or-treating, doing parties, hanging out with people, which wasn't a big thing for, me down here because I don't know where you live, but the whole entire world didn't shut down here last year. And there were a lot of people out trick-or-treating last year, which was about the normal haul last year. It didn't seem that, which we always have normally really good Halloweens. I go down to Crystal and Dave's. They're right there at the T, the major intersection there in the neighborhood. So everyone's right there. And it was a hell of a good time. Fire department came out for the kids to see how, do all that. The real crazy exciting part about it was that we didn't live in crazy world. So we still did stuff last year, restaurants, some of them closed down for a while, but music venues shut down. That was the big thing that we lost down here. It wasn't complete and utter just chaos and only one person from a family allowed in a grocery store, in some places, we didn't have all of that. But the turnout this year on Halloween for the amount of stuff I know Crystal gave out down there, I know how much she got. It was an overly egregious amount of candy and toys from the dollar store. I mean, I think she bought 144 ring pops, if the math in my head is correct, let alone thousands of pieces of candy, and they were out. There was a solid, Dave said 1,500. I mean, I don't know if it was that was the most people I've seen out on Halloween in a very long time, which is really, really actually, I think, a good sign for this post-apocalyptic, garbage dump that we live in. And again, there are some places I'm sure that couldn't actually that didn't even allow people to go trick-or-treating last year at all, which you can do whatever you want. I heard this from the news. I actually looked up the numbers and all these things. They could have went trick-or-treating, man. I don't know. I could be crazy on that one, but it was good to see people that I know from all kinds of states doing all kinds of things and actually getting, to get people I know last year were deathly afraid and not doing anything, that were back living their life. I'm okay. You got the shot. You feel, safer doing all that. Do it. Who am I to judge? I'm not here. A lot of people judge me, but I'm not here to judge you on that. I'm just actually happy to see the world and so many people I know, whether they couldn't because of, lockdowns, or they didn't want to because I didn't feel comfortable or whatever the situation was. It was really good to see for me just the amount of people that were actually out and about, like across the board. Like when I was out trying to get there, when I made it back to the hood, like it only was like 30 seconds to get through the neighborhood back to my house. Like I was sitting there for like 5 minutes waiting just because there were people everywhere. Like it was really, really, and it started really early. I mean, that thing was a rolling. Like that was a machine last night, and that was epic. And maybe I should post. I might post the picture, costume, and everything on there. Just yeah, if you guys want to share your pictures out there too. Everyone sees what you dressed up as if you have any of your thoughts. But moral, I was really, really just happy to see a crazy turnout. Because again, we normally have really good ones. Like that was nuts. Like we've normally run out of candy with less candy because we were just okay here. Towards the end of the stragglers, like there were still mobs of people out. Like by the time I got to Crystals, like her and Dave were out of her and Dave were out of everything. Like even 144 Jello shots, like everything was gone. Like it was kind of amazing. And I got all the crazy looks I wanted to. What I was, in my getup, which was what I wanted. But really, that's like today's thing now. It was just good to see it. Again, we were booming like here. And again, so many places really is the big one from last year that didn't do anything because of COVID and like all like COVID. Yeah, pretty much sums it up because there's so much going on with it. Just to see the amount, the turnout just really did make me feel good. It was kind of like when I was home in PA, we went to the Bloomsburg Fair in Knoebels. It was just good to see people out doing things, I guess, really. I mean, because I only had a few things taken away, like a race here and there and music festivals during it. It was really cool. I thoroughly was glad to see it, but the world really didn't like shut down. The whole world didn't shut down last year. If you think about it, like there's places where like stuff really, really shut down. But yeah, I'm gonna get more into that tomorrow because I'm just tired of hearing everyone say, "Well, the world shut down, so there's more demand for all this stuff than last year." Like people were buying all kinds of stuff last year, and they were still getting it. Um, Believe it or not, I know people talking about fuel oil and all that. Like, because more people are like, bro, I know people that literally flew back and forth across the country. At least one of them was, Hannah went back and forth 3 times. Crystal went up to Seattle, back and forth. Like people were flying all over the place. I mean, you might not have thought the whole world was done, but people kept traveling. They keep needing that fuel to power like power stations, which they had to do more because more people were home all the time. So they're using more juice. Like, I mean, all these things kept happening and the world was still functioning. It's not like people stopped just living altogether because, in fact, they were going through more stuff probably because they were home and this didn't happen. And when things like this did happen to a certain someone, he was going to remain asleep. Said it was a leadership problem, but now it's just, we need to stop being so selfish. But yeah, I'm going to get into that the rest of the week, but I'm just tired of people telling me like the whole world shut down. Like everyone was still making all kinds of stuff. Some stuff, got cut back. And like some states, people had to stop doing stuff because of the regulations where they were, so they couldn't. But man, those flights were still packed and going across the country all the time, with planes and all that, trains, buses. Like there's stuff was people were still driving their cars and traveling, like it was still happening. But maybe I'm just a crazy guy. But anyway, I'm not even going to try to get into all of that today. It's going to be quick, short, just gracious and happy for the most part episode, just because there was such a good turnout. And last year, again, I still live my life. I'm not afraid, and I wasn't completely on lockdown. So like depending on what state you were in, depended a lot of it. But man, it was great. Like that was crazy. The amount of kids that were out and family members, people just walking, just to be out there. Like it was really, really cool. So hopefully you all got to have that kind of experience while you were out there. But if Crystal listens, watches, like That was most I've ever seen, and I've been here since 2017. So yeah, I thought that was my fifth one. That was most people I've seen. So that was really, really cool. It's a good sign for things. So hopefully things keep going in this direction. I'm gonna hold out hope. I'm not holding my breath, but I'm holding out hope. And all kinds of good stuff to get to this week, but you have to stick around and find that. But I appreciate the watching and listen. Again, if you had a good time, then post those pictures on the thing. I'll put out the post of my costume and all that, and then you guys can just comment on it. Be like, hey, here's what we did. Like I thought it was a really just it was good to see after a year of so much just in a lot of places to see people in those places having fun. So this is a motivational, happy kind of thing. Just to see that, as miserable as I am, seeing people get to enjoy stuff after they couldn't last year is really, really nice. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to share it out, comment, and tell me what you think. Follow along on all the platforms. Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, Getter for the videos. The audio's on Anchor, Breaker, Overcast, Radio Public, Pocket Casts, Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts. Those are the ones I keep track of, monetize, all that fun stuff. But I'm also on iHeartRadio, Amazon Podcasts, and Audible if you want to check me out there, if that's what you prefer to listen to stuff on. So I'm all over the place. So whatever you prefer, but share it out and comment in places that you can. So let me know if how much I suck today. But I figured I would do a happier episode to lighten things up. So I appreciate y'all. Hopefully you had a good Thanksgiving. Yeah. Had a good Halloween and are looking forward to a good even better Thanksgiving. Hopefully you get to see people, but we'll get into all that, much later. And I appreciate y'all. Have a good night. We'll be back with a lot more cool stuff the rest of the week. It just wanted to have that nice light moment for a change after how the one on Friday wasn't how worked up I was. So yeah, enjoy the rest of your day. Be good to each other. Learn some stuff. Don't be a dick. And until next time, my friends, peace.